I'm assuming by now everybody probably knows at least one person that swears by essential oils, right? They're good for whatever's bothering you. And as such, as people have become reliant upon these things, lots of different little companies have popped up selling these essential oils. But according to a new lawsuit, one of those companies is more like a cult pyramid scheme than an actual legitimate business. And I'm joined now by Scott Hardy from Top Class Actions to tell us this story. Scott, I got to admit, when I saw this headline on Top Class Actions, that this essential oil company, Young Living, was described as a cult-like pyramid scheme, that's always going to be something that grabs your attention. Explain to us what's happening right now.
Sure. Just like you just mentioned, all of us have our friends on Facebook that it seemed like for a while, every other post was essential oil this, and you've got your sore muscles, rub some oil on it. You're stressed out, put some oil in a diffuser. You're having a problem, you've got some warts on your hand. My gosh, there's an essential oil for that, I'm sure. And so what this class action alleged is that this multi-level marketing alleged scheme by Young Living went ahead and roped in a lot of mostly women, it appears, to sell their essential oils. And they said, hey, every essential oils are hot right now. You should be making money off this. You should be able to sell to your friends. And then you're going to make a boatload of money. But naturally, like most multi-level marketing schemes, it didn't actually happen that way. So you bought your initial package for $100 to $260. And then you started selling to all your friends. But if you wanted to get paid, you had to sign up for their rewards program, which would require around about at least $100 a month of expenditures just to qualify for you to get paid for you selling your friends and likely annoying the heck out of them. But the problem is that unless you were actually making at least $25 a month in commissions, and of course you're spending at least $100 a month, so there's a big problem there anyways, but at least you wouldn't get a check. And so they would just go ahead and say, well, you didn't hit that $25 a month minimum commission, so you can use that as a credit towards your $100 minimum that you're going to be spending with us. Way to make your first million. Doesn't really work out well that way.
Yeah, and part of their multi-level marketing program, which, back in the day, you just call that a pyramid scheme. But part of it is you've also got to go out and you have to recruit other people to sell this product as well. And then you're kind of overseeing them. Whoever recruited you is overseeing you and overseen by this person, quite literally forming the pyramid of this particular or any particular multi-level marketing system. That's what it is. That's why it's multi-levels of the pyramid. So to me, this is really interesting, and the cult-like. This company, Young Living, described as cult-like in the lawsuit. Explain that a little bit, because I think it's spot on, especially with what we've seen with the way some people depend on these essential oils. But I was just very curious about that terminology. That's pretty strong language, isn't it?
It is very strong language, and it makes sense because people get so invested in this. And according to the class action, they say the promise of riches and alternative health remedies are just the hook that Young Living uses to grow their base of recruits. But now the true purpose of the organization, the source of immense profits for the defendants, it's, the defendants are making all the money here, not the members. And in fact, the average loss for Young Living members in 2016 was $1,175. So that's not exactly going to make these people all this money. You have a lot of people that are hoping to become entrepreneurs and really, run their own business, escape the shackles of the daily grind, and instead they're losing $1,000 or more before they figure out that, oh, this is just a big scheme to make Young Living a whole lot of money. Have you lose some friends by bugging everybody to buy your stuff and then get them to sign up for it when you're never going to make a penny.
And, to me, the whole thing is, listen, there have been studies that actually do show, certain scents, certain smells, like with these oils, they can help you relax. They can help with stress reduction along with other techniques. So look, if this is your thing, great, go for it, you know. And one of the things we do on Ring of Fire, and obviously Top Class Actions as well, pharmaceutical companies are known to lie to people. So yes, it's easy for people to try to latch onto something that they think may work better in terms of healing any ailments they have, rather than turning to big pharma. So I can see a little bit of that, but at the same time, let's not also follow that snake oil salesman and think that, oh, I don't have to go to, you know, pharmaceutical companies. This oil is going to relieve my headache. There's a big distinction between medical fact and basically this snake oil fiction. And I'm not saying essential oils are snake oil. There are benefits to this. And again, if that's your thing, fantastic. But what we're dealing with here is that companies are trying to take advantage of the people who do use these oils. And when that happens, that's when these lawsuits pop up. When you have a company like Young Living here, accused of this pyramid scheme, the cult-like mentality, ripping off the people who buy into it, that's where you run into problems. You're taking advantage of people who want to try something different, who want to go into the more holistic area of healing or stress reduction or whatever it is. And they only look at them in terms of giant dollar signs walking around, not people they want to help, people that are going to be money-making machines for them.
Exactly. That's the thing, is that, they were really trying to tie into that inherent part of you that says, I want to be healthy. I can reach out to my friends. I can help my friends be healthier, not depend on big pharma for everything that ails them. And I'm going to help my family, my friends, live a healthier lifestyle, and maybe even make a little money while I'm doing it. But unfortunately, they just weren't able to make any money. In fact, they were losing a whole lot of money.
Absolutely. And anybody who may have been part of this with the Young Living organization, make sure you follow the link in the description of this video. Find out everything you can about this class action. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for the Top Class Actions weekly newsletter. It has all of the information that consumers need to arm themselves about harmful products or corporate practices that they need to know about. Scott Hardy, Top Class Actions, I appreciate you talking with us today.
Thanks for your time, Farron.